What's up, guys? Billy from Mad Max again, and today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to be starting a new series or playlist or whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to call it, as you probably saw by the title, my Reloading Diaries. This is chapter 1, and essentially what this is going to be is like a short 10 to 15 minute little podcast on how my journey into hand loading has been with a certain caliber. So today, what we're going to be mainly focusing on is the 308 caliber, and with that, this a little update on my little Remington 700P, what I've done to it, how it's been performing, and what has been working for me in hand loading. All right, so what got me into hand loading? When I did that 1,000-yard class, I really got like the bite or itch into precision shooting. And I was asking one of the instructors who I became pretty friendly with. I was like, hey, like, what's the next step? Like, if you want to dive into this, perfect a gun. Like, this wasn't an expensive setup. I got less than $2,000 into it, easy, less than $2,000. And I was shooting lights out with it. It is sub-MOA all day as long as I am doing my job. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the future. But, so what I've done to this since you've seen it last, did a little duct tape for the cheek guard. Not entirely sure if this was done yet, but got the 100-mile-an-hour tape with the cut-up sleeping mat for a cheek riser. Got the US Optics, that's who makes it. Got the US Optics bubble level, need one of those. But the main difference is I chopped this bad boy down from like 24 inches down to 18.5. I believe in the last video I was talking about how I wanted to make this like a XM3 inspired, it's not even inspired, but like have XM3 vibes, like a nice short compact package with a fat ass brake on the end. So right now I got the Surefire SOCOM 30 cal brake, 5/8 by 24 thread. And yeah, so it's shorter. It took a big hit to the velocities. We'll go into that in a second. Actually, I'll talk about it real quick. The velocities when it was a 24-inch barrel, the factory gold medal match 175s was 25.77 average. And right now, the factory 175 gold medal match. Did I say 177? I meant 175. Oh no, I said 25.77. That's what it was. But 175 grain gold medal match, Sierra Match Kings. The factory now is 24.15. And similar standard deviations, extreme spread. But I lost about, let's see, 160 feet per second. I mean, I guess that's substantial, but it still should have no problem going out there and touching something. But I got all that information using the Magneto Speed, the little like bayonet looking one that you strapped in the barrel. It's been doing great for me. Where'd it go? That's been doing great for me. It's very fairly priced. Got it right on Amazon Prime. I don't remember what I paid. You can go on there and check it out. And I've had zero problems. I will say you're limited with this. If you want to test a bunch of different guns, you're better off getting one of those Caldwells or like the fancy one that looks like a laptop. And that would pick up a lot more. But like if you're just doing one gun at a time and it's a longer barrel and you can strap it on, this will do great for you. But if you're using other semi-automatics, AR-15s with the handrail, handguards out there, you're gonna be hurting. Let's put it at that. But yeah, so for hand loads for 308s, let's start with the brass. For most of what I've been doing is just reused Hornady brass. I got a butt ton of it. This is the 2 times fired stuff, but it was all from my 1,000-yard long-range class that I did. I was shooting 168 AMAXs. I saved all of the brass, so 200 pieces of brass, so that's what I've just been doing my hand loading for 175s with. Now 168s, I've been using Norma. From everybody that I've been talking to that has been like guiding me through this journey, saying like Federal or Lake City brass is like the baseline. You don't want to like use worse stuff than that. I've heard that Hornady is worse, and I've heard it's better from different people. So like I haven't had a problem with it, so I'm gonna just keep using it till it's all worn out. But Norma brass, Norman's Starline, people have been saying have been really good for them. And then like the Holy Grail, I guess, is Lapua brass, but that shit's expensive, so I am going to leave that alone. So that's what I'm using for brass. For actual bullets, I've been using straight I've been using straight CR Match Kings across the board for 308. The only thing I haven't been using CR Match Kings for pretty much is 300 Win Mag. I'll get into 300 Win Mag in a different episode of this, but yeah, so I've been using 168 CR Match Kings, 175 CR Match Kings, and for powder, I've been using a bunch of different stuff, but what I've been finding that's worked the best for me is IMR 4064 and Varget. IMR 4064 is what the LR 118, or I'm sorry, 118 LR has in it, according to several sources. So pretty much what the Army's using for their precision round. And then from most of the guys, they've been telling me 44.2 of Varget, no matter what 308 bullet you're doing. So I played around with that a lot, and the results are telling. I'll put up a better picture up here for you to see it, but right here for 168s, this is a 10 round group right here. This is my fingertip. 10 round group of 168 CR Match Kings and with 44.2 of Varget. The velocities aren't quite what I was looking for with the factory 168, so I was getting 25-26. With Varget 44.2, I was getting 24-50. The accuracy's there, velocity's not. I'm going to play around with some of those rounds tomorrow. I'm going to be shooting out to about 700 with it, and I'll be getting some numbers and then see how I've been doing. I got to punch it into like a little ballistic calculator and everything, and we'll see how much of a bullet drop we got, but I think that we should be fine. I loaded up with 44.3 because, as you can see here, again, I'll put another picture up there, but this is 5 rounds in about the size of my fingertip, which is average size, I believe, for 175 CR Match Kings, and the numbers on that were better than the factory stuff. For 175, factory stuff was 24.15. This was 24.72. Extreme spread and standard deviation were half. And yeah, so I'm confident with that hand loading. And then right here is with the IMR 4064. This was me pulling it, so that's my fault. With the IMR 4064, the velocities are better. It's 24.92. The standard deviations were okay, 27, and the extreme spread of 60. And that's right around like a half-inch group there. So I'm going to play around with some of those again, and then I'm going to keep working it up. But I'm fairly certain that what I'm going to be hand loading 308 with for 175s is 44.3 of Varget and 42.9 of 4064, and that's going to be my 175 loadings right off the bat. 168s, I'm not going to mess with what's working. I might play with a little. I take that back. I'm going to be playing with it a little more to see if I can get the velocities better, but the 44.2 did well. If it starts opening up the groups, it is what it is, but I got a bunch loaded up that I'm going to shoot tomorrow, and if it makes that to 700, I'm more than happy out of an 18.5-inch barrel. I will definitely give an update on that. But let's talk about some of the gear I've been using for reloading. I got the Hornady lock and load, like the beginner set, the package deal that came with. So it came with the press, a bunch of other stuff, the primer, the press, the primer, and the funnel are about the 3 things that I use the most that I can think of. It came with a bunch of other stuff that I haven't really been using. For dies, I have, for 308, I'm using Winchester custom grade dies. for the bullet seating and for full length resizing when I'm doing like stuff for semi-auto, like plinking ammo. But I'm using RCBS neck sizing dies, the carbide, group A, whatever the hell it is. And that is what I'm using for this bolt gun because the brass is already sized to this gun. What other? RCBS Chargemaster Light. This is right here. It's working. I have nothing to compare it to, so have no complaints there. I am a little salty because RCBS came out with a new fancier match grade, more accurate one. So that came out like a week after, I shouldn't say a week, but not too far off from when I bought that, so kind of bit me in the ass there, but hey, whatever. Yeah, so that's the main piece of the gear that I've been using for reloading for this gun. The main other two guns I've been reloading for, I'll just show them here, but I'm not going to get into them all. 300 Win Mag, Bagara, showed this off a couple weeks ago. Been having pretty good luck with that. I'm going to be shooting that tomorrow too. And then for the 5.56, got my Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch Mark 12 here. Spoiler alert on this, lights out. That's not good, I gotta put it that. But yeah, that's been shooting lights out. For that, I actually got most of my information from Johnny's Reloading Bench. The guy is full of information. He has that whole Mark 262 series, and I can't be thankful enough for that because I followed that for a long time and dialed in, tweaked it a little bit with my stuff, and then got down to, but yeah, anyway. So that's how everything's been going with this. If you guys have anything for me, what's been working for you, different powders, maybe some other bullets that have been doing better than the Sierra Match Kings, which I see as like the industry standard for accuracy, but if you guys, have something that's worked better for you, drop it down in the comment section. Tell me what brass you're using, what different stuff, anything. Any tips you got for me, drop down there. If you like this video, if you like this free form podcast type deal, video podcast, is that what it's called? Let me know, because I like this form more than like a scripted review or like, oh, this is how this has been doing and this is the specs, and I like more of just like a conversation type thing. So let me know what you guys think about this. If there's things that I should be changing, what have you, let me know down in the comment section. But if you liked it, make sure you hit thumbs up. If you didn't like it, as always, eat a dick. Yeah, so again, thanks for watching. There should be some other videos here. If you don't subscribe already, make sure you do. There's going to be my face right about here that you could click on. And make sure you're following us on Instagram at Mad Max Guns. I'll put a little for you. I'll see you next time.